Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well, and today I'm doing my UK stock market portfolio review, and this is a monthly series that I've run on the channel since I started my UK portfolio. For you guys that are new here, you might not know this, but basically I have always been invested in US stocks for many years, since I started doing YouTube back in 2017, and since I started investing. And basically after a while I had a lot of people that were buying US stocks but from the UK, and quite a few people said, as well as doing US stocks, can I start a UK portfolio and just see how it goes. So last year I started a UK portfolio, and just like how I do my US stock market portfolio, if you go through the channel you'll be able to see the history of the portfolio and how it develops, and stocks that have gone from being maybe down to being up quite a bit, or even stocks that have been in there previously that have been sold. And that's one thing that I always think about the portfolio series as well, is like these are stocks that are just open and not including the profit that we've taken on some stocks as well, which is also pretty good. So always, if you could just smash the like button for this transparency and me showing you my portfolio every month, that'd be absolutely amazing. And if you do want to know when I'm buying or selling these companies, there's a link to my Patreon. On there I always post when I've bought and sold all these companies. They've always been on there as well. And if you do want to start investing, there's a link to two brokers in the description. There's a zero one and a free trade one. If you join through the free trade one, you also get a free share as well. But we'll go through this stock market portfolio, my UK portfolio. I'll try to spend a minute as always on every company and just where I'm at with every company, especially probably some of the new ones as well that are in here. So starting up at the top, by the way, if smashing the like button really helps, because the UK stock market portfolio video series, like the views are just getting like worse and worse, and I've actually started considering maybe knocking the portfolio series off on the head now, just because it is the worst performing video always when I put it up, like on my history of the month. It's always the worst performing video, and even though I really enjoy it and it's good for transparency, unfortunately, you know, you do one bad video, the YouTube algorithm like kills you, and your next couple of videos are like awful as well because it don't push it out as much. So just if you could do that, that'd be absolutely amazing. But yeah, we're getting on to the UK stock market portfolio. So at the top, 888 Casino, still up 191%, still not broken in the 200% return club. I'm sure it's going to do it soon. It will do it soon. We'll see what happens. But yeah, no plans with that one. Happy to just keep holding it. I have, while the online gambling is still growing huge amounts, still going to plan to hold that one. South Africa, I actually had a pretty decent month. We're back up to 23% on that one. It's a company that I bought and thought, you know what, I'll get a little bit of a share price appreciation, but the big thing is picking up that dividend yield. The dividend yield on it is very good. It had a bit of a dip about 2 months ago. I definitely had a big massive think about buying more of this one. I didn't in the end, but yeah, I like it. You know what, it's probably a company as well that when it did dip about 2 months ago, I should have probably bought a few more shares in it, to be fair. Barrett Developments, which is currently outperforming Taylor Wimpey, it's up 38%. I have considered buying a lot more house builders at the moment because they do seem to be sold off compared to a lot more UK stocks. Same again, just get a little bit of share price growth, a little bit of a dividend on that one. I'm a big fan of it, so yeah, I have considered buying a bit more of that one, but to be honest with it, I'm looking at more Taylor Wimpey, so at the moment, it's staying how it is. Boohoo, which is up 29%. This month, I literally think it moved 1%. I think last time I did the portfolio review, I think we were up like 28%, and now we're up 29%. So yeah, it's not really done much, and just in general, Boohoo hasn't done much this year, to be fair. Last year was actually pretty good. Like, I think the stock was up like 50% last year, and I think we actually moved across in the year to 2021, like Boohoo in like quite the like £3.50 range maybe. It was a lot higher than where it is right now, and this year it's just kind of slumped down. And yeah, I don't really know what's going on with Boohoo. I think, you know, in my opinion, they made some good acquisitions of like Debenhams, and yeah, I just think that maybe the guidance is just getting sandbagged quite a bit, and people are just not really being brought in because of how much growth is going to slow down. So yeah, we'll see what happens with Boohoo. In my opinion, it's still a good company. I mean, yeah, I think at some point it'll be one of those companies that you just kind of wakes up and then boom, it shoots up. So we'll see. Next up, probably the newest, or one of the newest stocks in the portfolio, which is best of the best. We're currently down 28% on that one. So I'm really happy about that. People always go like, "What do you mean you're really happy about that?" This is like the ideal situation for me. When I buy a company, and then it just keeps going down. I'm like, thank you so much. Like, this is just me being able to just dollar cost average, bring my average lower and lower down. I mean, best of the best, I believe, is at like a PE of like 12 or something now. Is just nuts. So yeah, I'm picking up a company here that will probably grow at like a good 10 to 20% revenue and profit, an amazing balance sheet, pays a really decent dividend. And yeah, just to pick that up at a 12p ratio is just, I feel like I'm robbing someone at the moment. Like, yeah, I will just keep averaging in on this one. My plan is that I probably will buy this one again very soon. And yeah, this is just perfect. This is like S4 Capital over again. When we get around to S4 Capital, have a look at that one. That was a company that I was down like 20% on, and I was just able to keep averaging on it. And now, even in such a short space of time, just getting the rewards in. Catebox, which is down 3%. This is one that I would love to do a bit more of a best of the best. I would love it to pull back a little bit more. I still struggle a little bit with the valuation side of it, but it's a great company, so I'm kind of hoping that has a bit of a fall like best of the best that we'll see. Card Factory, which is up 43%. I think the kind of fears of like raising a bit more capital have kind of slowed down a little bit now, and we're kind of hitting a bit more of a true valuation for Card Factory. And yeah, in my opinion, that when we get a full year of sales with Card Factory, it should be pretty decent, and we should get some good returns on that one. Jet2, that's 70%. That's had a pretty decent pullback. Obviously, there's the fears of like holiday restrictions and everything like that, and I can only see it being a bit like that for probably like the next kind of 6-12 months at the moment. Same with National Express, which we'll get onto in a little bit. Greg's, this has done really well this month. Really, really good month from Greg's. It was only a week ago that I was making a video saying like I'm not going to sell yet because I think there's a little bit more upside. And boom, it's gone up a fair chunk. So yeah, Greg's is up to 91%. I'm sure this will get to the 100% return club. And yeah, if I can get some dividends as well from it, that'll be pretty good. So yeah, everything Greg's is performing fantastic at the moment. And Hollywood Ball up 65%. For me, this is one that's been slept on a little bit. I really do think when these guys bring earnings out, people are going to go, wow, they did their earnings. Like, Hollywood Ball is literally a company that has pretty much had 2 months of operation in the last 12 months. So when we actually get to a quarter of, or interim results or yearly results where we get to a point of view where we're like, oh, by the way, now we're open, this is what we're doing. I think people are going to get blown away with Hollywood Bowl, and I think that stock will wake up very soon. So yeah. Hotel Chocolate, one of the new companies again, down 8%. I think it's just having a cooling off phase. Could consider buying a few more. It's very much similar to the best of the best cake box situation, so watching that one. JD Sports up 80%, had very good earnings. I'm sure that will do very well this year and probably will be touching that 100% return club. So all great on that part of the company or stock. Legal and General up 32%. Has had a bit of a pullback. I have once again considered buying a bit more of this one. And yeah, National Express up 116%. I did think this would have a bit more pullback than what it has done. I thought this would be hurt a bit more like what Jet2 has. And yeah, I think that probably the two things in here, National Express and Jet2, are the ones that I've looked at and gone, these two stocks could actually be like a little bit rough for the next kind of couple of months, I feel. So yeah, I've even considered actually maybe removing them out of the portfolio. Just because I thought, if I see these stocks probably underperforming the market for the next kind of 12, 18 months, maybe I can put that somewhere else, like a best of the best. And then, we'll come back in 12 months, and if it's the same sort of price, buy back in and I got the money to better work, or if it's even lower because earnings are going to get hit. I mean, it's just, that's something I've just considered. I've not decided on it yet, but it's just something that I've been thinking about. This is what happens when we do these portfolio reviews. I just kind of like end up, what kind of goes on my head quite a bit, end up speaking to you guys about it. It's like a bit of a diary, really, I guess. I like think about stocks. It happens all the time through the day, and like I just have all these different thoughts about different stocks. And that's just one thing that kind of was running through my head about them two travel stocks, which is National Express and Jet2. And I guess that leaves us with Taylor Wimpey. S4 Capital, talked about earlier, so I thought I'd covered it. S4 Capital, yeah, up 42%. A company that I was down a fair bit on, averaged in. Amazing company, big growth company, my biggest holding in the portfolio. It's done great. You know, it's up 42% since buying pretty much at the start of the year. So to get a 42% return in 6-7 months, I just, it's great. It's a great company. It's performed so well this year, and you know, I was actually covering it so much at the start of the year. Like I was getting messages like, "Can I stop talking about it?" And I was like, "No," because this is like such a good opportunity here. Like I can't get over how good of an opportunity this is, and there we go. Yeah, Taylor Wimpey. That is currently one that I'm thinking about buying. It's been on a bit of slump as a lot of house builders are. It's 30% up at the moment. I am kind of considering buying some more just because it is, you know, houses are still going to be needed. Sure, costs of goods might go up a little bit that they build with the houses, but the housing market still seems strong. New builds seem strong. Taylor Wimpey, you know, you get a dividend, a little bit of share price growth in that one, and yeah, I'm considering it. The problem is at the moment I'm looking at a company like Best of the Best, and that looks like a bit more of a better opportunity right now to me, but yeah, I've thought about buying Taylor Wimpey quite a lot recently, so yeah, don't be too surprised if I do buy some. I'm thinking about it. I've not got a decision to tell you at the moment, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed looking at my UK stock market portfolio. As always, smash the like button. If you did find it helpful, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you on the next video.